Alright, guys, so back to it. Alright, so boom. After I'm cleaning the dishes, I realize that there's spit in my cup, there's snuff, dip, chewing tobacco in my coffee cup that I drink out of daily, right? And I'm sitting here, sorry, out of one of the cups I drink out of, right? And I'm sitting here like, yo, I gotta be tripping. I gotta be tripping. So I'm like, yo, they're sitting in front of the island in front of me, right? So I'm like, yo, who spit in my cup? Who chewing tobacco? And then Snowman looks at me. He said, boy, he said, bro, I don't chew, I don't do chewing tobacco, and that's one of the rules in the house. That shit nasty. I'm like, yeah, true, you're right. I said, what about you, Spickio? And he was like, no, you already know Spick no don't do chewing tobacco. I'm like, true, true, true. I never seen you pop tobacco. I could see you smoke a cigarette, but I ain't never see you doing chewing tobacco. It ain't you. You know what I mean? And like some people probably look at me like, bro, he smoked cigarettes though, so it might be him. Nah, bro. Spickno was my actual roommate for a whole like a full year. Like if he was doing chewing tobacco, I would have been noticed it because the cans are noticeable, the packs are noticeable. Even if Zins was open around, if Zins was made around that time, I would have noticed it. That's how easy it is, right? But yeah, pack of cigarettes. I always seen a pack of cigarettes laying around, but he never smoked the cigarettes in the house because he understood how bad I hated it and how bad Snowman hated it. Right? The only people who smoked cigarettes was M and Spickno. All right. So now, boom. I'm sitting here. I'm like, yo, who spit in my cup? Why you do it? And Brody was like, yo, I spit in it. That's AA. I'm like, yo, hey, we had this conversation when you first came in. This is not something you do. You're not supposed to be spitting in people's cups, bro. And he's like, yo, man, I just needed something to put it in, because I couldn't spit nowhere else. I didn't want to spit on the floor and the ground inside the living room. I said, yeah, we got carpet. That'd be nasty. And he was just like, yeah, bro, my bad. I won't do it again. I'm like, all right, cool. That's just the first time talking to homie. All right, boom. It comes up again in another cup. I'm like, yo, because now this time I'm just chilling playing a video game and I put my water on the side of my other couch to put it down. And guess what I see on the side of the couch? Another one of my coffee mugs was spit in it. So now I'm like, I'm sitting here rubbing my eyes like, yo, bro, to my boy sitting next to me. I said, yo, where's AA? And he was like, oh, he in class right now. I said, call him. He calls him, he ain't pick up. All right, now Snowman calls him, he ain't pick up. M calls him, he ain't pick up. So I'm like, I bet he ain't picking up for none of us. He know what he did. If not that, it's since he's in class, he ain't trying to talk. So bam, he get back home. I say, yo, you spit in another cup? He said, bro, that was from the other day. I'm like, bro, regardless, you spit in another cup. Why? We just had this conversation. It's either you don't like me or you just don't care. Which one is it? And he was like, bro, nah, I like you. I do care. I said, why would you do it then? He said, I didn't have nothing to spit in again. I said, then stop doing it in the house. We told you already not to do it in the house, bro. And he was just like, nah, bro, it's cause I really need these. I got to. I'm like, bro, you gotta do that shit outside, son, cause this ain't it. And he was just like, all right, bro, all right, my bad. This is the second time you said my bad, right? So now me, I'm a two-person thing. I don't like giving niggas third chances because that makes me feel like you walking all over niggas and like you know what I mean. I ain't really with it. So boom, one day I come back from I came back from class, bro. Yeah, I came out early actually, and Brody was M was in the room playing the game, and he straight up told me. He said, "Don't do the dishes." I'm like, "Why?" I'm like, bro, there's mad dishes that needs to get done. Nah, I'm gonna just knock it out. He said, bro, I'm telling you now, don't do the dishes or you're gonna be mad. I'm like, oh, now I gotta look at the dishes since you saying that. You know what I mean? Like since you saying that, Brody, like, like little sis says on Mad Dogs. Sorry, on Dead Dogs, on Dead Dogs. If this shit got spit in it, you finished. You finito, right? So boom, I go into the dishes. I start doing the dishes. Guess what I see again? Now he spits in a cup, another cup. And this is one of my favorite cups I stay drinking out of. The only reason why I stay drinking out of this one is because like the cup don't get hot when the coffee's in it. So you can hold the cup and actually drink, right? So that shit really pissed me off because that was my straw. I was like, I'm good. I'm about to hit this. I'm about, you know what I mean? But I ain't trying to cause violence out here. So boom, Brody like, bro, just relax. It ain't that deep. We're just gonna clean it and let it brush over. I said, all right, bro. So M, that's my right hand man from the block, right? That's homie from childhood. He came to school with me. We both went to the same college at the same time. Like when he found out I was going, he ended up going. So we just went together, had roommates together and stuff. So Brody was like, bro, just let it relax. You know, it is what it is. We ain't gonna flip over this one. He said, bro, cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is the third time. I know it ain't gonna be nice when if y'all go at it. I looked at bro and I was like, all right, bro, you got it. You got it, homie. See, Brody was saving homeboy like a dramatic situation, right? Because I was about to traumatize this boy, right? So boom, he gets back. I let it brush over. He gets back in the house. He doing his thing. I ain't even say shit to this nigga all day. I ain't even talk to him. I ain't have no conversation with him. I just walk past him. He say, "What's up, Roswell?" I walk past this nigga. Remember to remind y'all, he my whole roommate. Like he's my whole roommate, and like boom, like he literally sits across from me, Brody. Like so, I'm like, yeah, I bet whatever, bro. I ain't about to talk to this nigga. I've been walking past him, act like I don't see him, to the point that he starts spitting in the sink, the bathroom sink we share. Come on, bro. He starts spitting in the toilet. He started doing everything we told him not to do, right? So at this point, I'm like, bro, he tested my patience. My boy keep on being like, bro, nah, just leave it, Roosevelt, because or anything, like, I don't need you putting your hands on this boy and you get kicked out of school. He's like, you got a lot riding on this, and I'm like, I'm looking at bro, like, yo, you keep saving this nigga, like, why? And he's like, bro, don't even be like that. You know we from the same strip. I'm like, all right, bro, you're right. That's just me. It's just me tripping. I'm just tripping, right? I felt like I was bugging. I questioned the friendship for a second. I was bugging, right? So Brody was like, yo, I'm gonna go speak to him. I said, I bet you do that. So Brody go talk to him. Him and him, they hash it up, right? Brody like, yo, were there anything? I'm gonna need you to stop because I ain't gonna lie to you. You pushing Roosevelt to the edge, and he ain't like you ain't pay attention. Brody not talking to you. He said, I need you to stop before the boy just hits you. And he's like, all right, my bad. To the point now, I got a homegirl that used to come through from Mass, right? I was dealing with her probably for like a couple of months. Nope, most of the year actually. I was dealing with her for most of the year during that process at school. And one day she came over, we in my room chilling, you know, whatever, doing our thing, and she said, I'm thirsty. I'm like, yeah, oh, got you. Just grab one of the bottles off the dresser next to us. So boom, the side of my eye, I just something said look over before she do, right? And I looked over and I seen a bottle, like my water bottles, right, sitting up there, but one of them full of dip spit. When I mean like you get a bottle of standard size water bottle that you can get in like a 20 packer, right, or a 30 packer, like that standard size water bottle filled to half of the bottle full of spit and with a big glob of dip inside of it, like he pushed it in there, right? I'm sitting here like, bro, I'm done. That's what kicked the bucket for me because Shorty almost grabbed it because she wasn't looking. She reached over, talking to me, grab it, and I'm like, yo, no, I got you. I grab it for you. Lucky enough, I grabbed it and gave it to her. If you want to hear a part 3, please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know. Let's get engaged in the comments.